Facing charges in Forsyth County after she was arrested this week. But the sheriff's office says it all started after 3 people broke into her home.
Imagine waking up to find your home broken into by armed robbers, your family traumatized, valuables stolen. Yet, somehow, you end up arrested instead of the criminals. This is exactly what happened to Memphis rapper GloRilla, turning her real-life nightmare into a viral scandal, a legal battle, and even a shocking merch line featuring her own mugshot. How did a home invasion flip into felony drug charges? And why is she still performing and selling out shows amidst all this chaos? Stay tuned, because this story is far stranger than fiction. GloRilla's home was invaded in the dead of night, shattering the peace of what should have been a safe sanctuary for her and her family. The incident left those closest to her shaken and terrified, grappling with the trauma of an unexpected violation in their own space. Precious jewelry, some pieces of sentimental value and others of high monetary worth, were stolen during the break-in. The intruders vanished without leaving a trace, slipping away as silently and swiftly as they had arrived. What many might have expected was an immediate pursuit of the suspects, a swift justice served for the obvious criminals who inflicted such distress, but in a bewildering and shocking twist that has baffled many observers and fans alike. The only person arrested in connection with the incident was GloRilla herself. Brian. As you may recall, this isn't the first time in recent memory that the rapper has found herself embroiled in legal troubles within the metro Atlanta area. This marks the second arrest in just over a year, casting a spotlight on the young artist's complicated interactions with law enforcement. According to her legal team, specifically her attorney, GloRilla had been away from her home for an extended period. During this time, a family member was residing in the house, maintaining her residence in her absence. The house itself is nestled within the exclusive and tightly guarded confines of the St. Marlowe Country Club community on Old Atlanta Road. The neighborhood is known for its security measures, including gates and limited access points, making unauthorized entries notably difficult. This fact makes the incident all the more alarming to residents and fans alike. GloRilla's legal counsel strongly believes that the burglars were well aware that she was not present at the time of the crime and deliberately targeted the property knowing it would be less defended, taking advantage of the situation to carry out their criminal act. Now, take a moment to let that sink in. While the armed thieves managed to disappear into the night without being caught, GloRilla, who wasn't even physically present in the state when the incident occurred, faced serious felony drug charges. The reality of the situation almost sounds like the plot of a Hollywood thriller, where mistaken identities, wrongful accusations, and dramatic twists are commonplace. But for Gloria Woods, known to millions by her stage name, GloRilla, this bizarre and frustrating situation is all too real. It's a convoluted and surreal nightmare that has only deepened as the story has unfolded in unexpected ways. The saga didn't stop there. Just when many thought the story had reached its peak of absurdity, GloRilla surprised the public once again. This time by taking control of the narrative in a way few would have predicted. At her hometown concert in Memphis, a city that holds deep personal and cultural significance for her, she dropped official merchandise emblazoned with her own mugshot. Yes, the very same booking photo that had been widely circulated on social media and news outlets became the centerpiece of a limited edition line of concert t-shirts. This bold and audacious move sent ripples through the music industry, catching the attention of fans, commentators, and critics alike. The decision to turn a mugshot into merch was not just a marketing ploy. It was a statement of reclamation, of power in the face of controversy and public scrutiny. It was GloRilla's way of saying, "This is my story, and I'm owning every part of it." The tees sold out quickly, with fans eager to wear the symbol of defiance and resilience. The move sparked conversations on social media about how celebrities navigate public crises, the blurred lines between publicity and authenticity, and how individuals reclaim their narratives in an era where image can be everything. Naturally, with such a highly publicized incident and the unconventional way GloRilla chose to respond, many are now wondering how this controversy will impact her upcoming performances. Raven, one of the voices closely following the situation, shared that concert organizers are determined to keep the show going as planned. Earlier today, the FedEx Forum, the venue hosting the much-anticipated Glo Bash, tweeted out ticket sales links, encouraging fans to purchase tickets and reassuring the public that the event would proceed without disruption. Scheduled for tomorrow night, the concert is expected to be a major highlight, drawing thousands eager to see GloRilla perform live. Amid all the surrounding drama, as excitement and anticipation build reactions to GloRilla's legal troubles, and her bold merch move continued to pour in from every direction. Fans have taken to social media to express their support, outrage, confusion, and curiosity. Many sympathize with her, viewing her as a victim caught in a flawed system that punishes the wrong person while the true criminals remain at large. Others question the circumstances and details, debating the fairness of the charges given her absence from the home at the time of the search, and the drugs allegedly found there. GloRilla's attorney has been vocal in defending her client, emphasizing the injustice of arresting a woman who was not present during the home invasion or the subsequent police search. They argue that law enforcement's priorities were misplaced, focusing on minor drug possession charges while the more serious and violent crimes of burglary and theft remain unsolved. The legal team's statements have kept the conversation alive in both legal circles and public discourse, prompting discussions about systemic issues and the treatment of high-profile individuals in the justice system. Meanwhile, the wider community is watching closely, their reactions mixed with concern, skepticism, and in some cases, admiration for GloRilla's tenacity. The incident has sparked debates on celebrity accountability, law enforcement practices, and the intersection of public image and legal battles. Some see GloRilla's ability to transform her struggles into opportunities as exemplified by her mugshot merchandise, a savvy move demonstrating resilience and control in a challenging time. As the story continues to develop, the spotlight remains firmly on GloRilla both as an artist and as a figure navigating complex personal and legal challenges. Her ability to maintain her career momentum, connect with her fan base, and confront adversity head-on has become part of her growing legacy. Whether the upcoming GloBash concert serves as a triumphant comeback or a flashpoint for further controversy, one thing is clear: GloRilla's journey is far from over, and the world will be watching every step. Believe it or not, this fresh arrest and the accompanying felony charges have taken on a life of their own, not just as a legal matter, but as a full-blown cultural moment, in an unexpected twist that has caught the attention of fans, critics, and industry insiders alike. GloRilla's legal troubles have been accompanied by a limited edition merchandise line. The collection includes t-shirts emblazoned with her mugshot, retailing for $40 each, sold alongside other GloBash gear like hoodies and hats. This unconventional move perfectly encapsulates how one of hip-hop's fastest rising stars managed to take what should have been a moment of private criticism, home invasion, felony charges, and an intense wave of public scrutiny and turn it into a blazing cultural phenomenon that nobody can ignore. The drama began just after 1:30 a.m. on a quiet night in Forsyth County, Georgia, when deputies responded to a burglary call at a suburban home owned by none other than GloRilla herself. At the time of the break-in, GloRilla was nowhere near the scene, likely out on tour, immersed in her work, or perhaps taking a well-earned break from the relentless pace of her career. But someone else was inside the house, and not by choice. Reports indicate that 3 armed suspects forced their way into the property, presumably believing the home was empty. What these intruders didn't realize was that family members were indeed inside, including one individual who was armed and ready to defend their safety. Forsyth County Sheriff's deputies quickly sprang into action, launching a search for the 3 suspects who had fled the scene. Despite the urgency and gravity of the situation of violent break-in with weapons involved, those suspects remain at large. Yet, in a baffling turn of events, it is GloRilla who now faces arrest, accused of drug possession. During the tense moments of the break-in, shots were fired, causing the intruders to flee the property. Thankfully, no one was physically injured in the confrontation. However, the emotional toll was heavy, as relatives of GloRilla were visibly shaken when police arrived, only to find that valuable jewelry had been stolen from the home.
And Raven, fans are wondering if this will impact tomorrow's concert there.
Yeah, Greg and Stephanie, organizers told WREG that the show will go on. Today, the FedEx Forum tweeted a ticket link for the GloBash, and they tweeted that out for people to buy more tickets. They said the tickets are still on sale, and that will happen tomorrow night at the FedEx Forum. Now, as fans prepare for the event, GloRilla, her attorney, and the community are reacting to her arrest in Georgia.
Given the circumstances of violent home invasion, armed suspects escaping, stolen property, and traumatized family members, one would expect law enforcement to focus all efforts on tracking down and apprehending the criminals responsible. This would seem like a straightforward case of violent crime deserving of priority investigation. Instead, the story took a surprising and unexpected detour. Deputies at the scene reported noticing a distinct odor consistent with illegal narcotics. This discovery shifted the focus of the investigation away from the home invasion itself, leading to a search warrant being obtained to thoroughly comb through the premises. According to the sheriff's office, the deputies smelled marijuana while still on site, which provided probable cause to get a warrant for the home's search. When investigators carried out the search inside the master bedroom closet, they found what was described as a significant amount of marijuana. This discovery, however, introduced a complex layer to the case. GloRilla, whose legal name is Gloria Woods, was not home either during the break-in or the subsequent search. Despite this, she was charged with felony possession of marijuana, as well as possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, a classification that includes substances deemed to have a high potential for abuse and no accepted medical use in the United States. Suddenly, the investigation took on a very different character. The narrative shifted from a home invasion with armed suspects on the loose, to an intense scrutiny of GloRilla's home and personal life. The priorities of law enforcement seemed to pivot entirely, from searching for violent criminals to focusing on the drugs allegedly found in the residence. This shift sparked widespread confusion and controversy, as many wondered how it was possible for GloRilla to be charged when she was neither present at the time of the burglary nor the search, and had no involvement in the actual break-in. This case highlights a thorny and often debated issue in criminal justice: the extent to which property owners can be held accountable for illegal substances found in their homes, especially when they are not present. Critics argue that charging someone under these circumstances raises serious questions about fairness, particularly when the individual is a public figure already facing the glare of media and public judgment. Supporters of law enforcement's actions, however, contend that ownership of a property carries responsibility for what is found there, and that the laws must be applied regardless of celebrity status. The repercussions of these charges extend far beyond the courtroom. The incident has sparked intense conversations across social media platforms, news outlets, and within the hip-hop community itself. Fans are divided. Some vehemently defend GloRilla, emphasizing her victimization by both criminals and, now, the justice system. Others question the circumstances and express skepticism over the case. Meanwhile, the media narrative has been shaped by the dramatic elements of the story: an overnight home invasion, an artist absent from her own home, a narcotic search, and a surprising arrest that flies in the face of conventional expectations. As this story gained traction, GloRilla's response was swift and calculated, rather than retreating into silence or allowing the narrative to be controlled solely by external voices. She took ownership of the situation in a way that only a savvy artist could. The release of official merchandise featuring her own mugshot was both a bold defiance of stigma and a clever branding move. By wearing the imagery of her arrest as a badge, GloRilla turned what could have been a purely negative moment into an emblem of resilience and authenticity, reinforcing her image as a real, unfiltered voice in hip-hop. This move has further fueled the cultural firestorm around her story. The merchandise sells for $40 each and has flown off the shelves, with fans eager to show support and align themselves with GloRilla's unyielding spirit. Alongside the t-shirts, hoodies and hats from the Glo Bash tours are also in high demand, signaling that despite the legal turmoil, her popularity remains strong and her connection with fans undiminished. Meanwhile, the search for the three armed intruders continues. The Scythe County Sheriff's Office has made it clear that finding these suspects is a priority, and they are urging anyone with information to come forward. The community remains on alert, disturbed by the violent nature of the crime and the fact that those responsible remain at large. It's a sobering reminder that while the legal battle over drugs may be headline-grabbing, the unresolved home invasion represents a real and ongoing threat. This entire saga underscores the complexity and contradictions that arise when celebrity intersects with law enforcement and media scrutiny. On one hand, GloRilla's case illustrates how quickly a personal crisis can spiral into a public spectacle. On the other, it raises broader questions about justice, fairness, and the way public figures are treated under the law. The story isn't just about drugs or burglary, it's about power, narrative control, and the fight for dignity in the face of adversity. As the situation unfolds, the spotlight remains fixed on GloRilla not just as an entertainer, but as a person navigating the challenges of fame, legal battles, and public perception. How this chapter will conclude remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the story has resonated far beyond the courtroom, sparking dialogue about law enforcement practices, celebrity accountability, and the intersection of criminal justice and culture. For now, fans and observers alike watch closely, eager to see what comes next, whether it be justice for the home invasion, a legal resolution for the drug charges, or the next bold move from an artist who refuses to be defined by adversity. According to deputies, after detecting the marijuana smell, a narcotics task force was called in. The search uncovered a notable amount of marijuana in plain view inside the master bedroom closet. While Woods was absent, her attorneys maintained that family members had been staying there. They also confirmed that the burglars made off with valuable jewelry. On Tuesday, GloRilla voluntarily surrendered to face the felony marijuana possession charge alongside the controlled substance possession charges that together triggered 2 felony counts under Georgia law. Here's the twist. GloRilla was not at the property when the drugs were found. She neither consented to the search nor invited the police inside. Her only connection was property ownership. Still, the authorities moved forward. On July 22, GloRilla turned herself in at Forsyth County Jail, was processed, charged, and released after posting a $22,000 bond. She was out the same day on a $22,260 bond and is slated to perform at her Glow Bash tomorrow night at the FedEx Forum. The news hit the music world like a lightning bolt, shaking fans and industry insiders alike, but GloRilla wasn't about to stay silent. Almost immediately, her legal team attorneys Marissa Goldberg and Drew Findling went public with a fierce defense. They didn't mince words, calling the arrest a blatant miscarriage of justice, and blasting law enforcement for targeting a woman who wasn't even home when the break-in happened. Their statement laid it out plainly. A celebrity's home gets violently invaded. The family is traumatized. Yet instead of chasing down the real criminals, police go after the victim. They declared, "The arrest of Gloria Woods exposes how warped law enforcement priorities have become. She is a victim, not a suspect." GloRilla herself echoed those feelings on social media. In a post that went viral on X, she called out the deputies for focusing more on cannabis than on finding the burglars. The Forsyth County Sheriff acknowledged that she's a victim of a serious crime but stressed the importance of upholding the law in every aspect. In her own words, "Long story short, my house gets broken into, and I'm the only one arrested." It was a brutally honest, simple truth that divided fans. Some accused her of playing the victim, while others pointed to a deeper issue. How can someone be charged for drugs found in a home they weren't occupying? Especially when the police search only happened because of a violent crime committed against them. As the headlines exploded and controversy swirled, GloRilla made a classic hip-hop power move. She turned scandal into branding. Just days after posting Bond, she took the stage at her hometown Glow Bash concert in Memphis, performing in front of thousands at the FedEx Forum. But it wasn't just the music fans were talking about. It was the Mugshot t-shirts hanging alongside her usual tour merch. That viral booking photo, printed on a $40 black tee, was available both online and at the show. Whether it was rebellion, a savvy marketing stunt, or a way to reclaim her story, one thing was clear: GloRilla owned the moment. Opinions were split. Some called it genius, others called it crazy. She wasn't even there, skeptics said. How do we know the drugs weren't planted? Or that someone in her family wasn't responsible? Meanwhile, critics called the move exploitative, but the shirts sold out fast. And let's be honest, anyone was going to profit off their own arrest. It was GloRilla. One fan joked, "Hey, $22,000 in bond money doesn't pay itself."
It's like a dream come true, like in front of my eyes. Like, I can't, it feels surreal to me. Like, I ain't even took it in all the way yet. Like this happening right now, I'm like in thought. I'm actually home, but it's crazy. Like, it's like, it's rare. Like, you don't see it happen. And it's happening, and I'm in it. So, like, it's just crazy.
The visuals added fuel to the fire. Her type of music video, featuring NFL wide receiver Xavier Legette from the Carolina Panthers, sparked buzz and romance rumors. Their undeniable chemistry and steamy scenes had fans hooked. When asked about the collaboration, GloRilla's spirit shone through, fun, confident, and unapologetically herself. Romance rumors don't stop there. Fans have been closely watching her relationship with media personality Speedy Mormon ever since their flirty on-camera moment in late 2023. Clues dropped like cryptic tweets and selfies, most notably an April Fool's Day post suggesting they're an item. Though neither has officially confirmed, the internet's convinced. from surviving a violent home invasion to turning herself in on felony charges. From selling out concerts wearing her own mugshot tee, GloRilla is weathering the dancing through it. She faces real legal battles, a divided fan base, and relentless media scrutiny. Yet, she's giving back, dropping hits, and if rumors are true, living her best life with someone new by her side. So what's the real story? Is GloRilla a victim caught in a broken system or a savvy player flipping controversy into clout? Maybe she's both. One thing's certain, her story is far from finished. Whether the next chapter unfolds in a courtroom or on the charts, everyone will be watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe for more updates, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. Until next time, peace out.